So, Peggy, how would you like to play Three Question Thursday?
I would love it.
Wonderful. Okay, so we talked about salads with this. What else do you like? Do you have a favorite breakfast?
I really do. It's one I fall back on almost every morning, but I do change it up occasionally. And
Okay,
that is, I have 8 ounces of plain yogurt, not fat-free yogurt. And I have 6 ounces of blueberries, and I have 1 ounce of wheat germ.
hmm.
And I mix that all, kind of spoon it together. And that just satisfies me. I'm not one that liked yogurt when I first started this, not plain yogurt. And now I love it.
Did you eat wheat germ before?
No, no. But when you put it in the yogurt, it's pretty good.
And now, do you make those one at a time, or do you have those lined up in the refrigerator
I
too?
make them one at a time.
Okay,
If I am going out of town, I will do that usually with oatmeal. I'll do the overnight oatmeal
okay,
instead. Or I do my banana bars. I have banana and peanut butter and oatmeal.
okay. My ears perked up with banana bars.
Yeah.
This is all part of question one. What is banana bars?
You take, to make 6 bars, it takes 6 ounces of oatmeal, 6 bananas. I weigh the bananas and they're never going to come up to the 6 ounces each. And then I will add blueberries to that just to add up to the proper amount 6 times.
Yeah.
And then I will add 12 ounces of peanut butter and mix that all up and put it in a pan and a sprayed pan and bake that for 30 minutes on 350. And when they're done, actually what I do, I usually put a sheet of, the paper, what's the
Parchment?
parchment paper down. And when it's done, I just let it cool for a minute, then turn it over on itself and pull the parchment paper off and cut it into 6 equal parts. And then I just wrap them up in saran wrap and freeze them. And I've eaten them frozen. I've eaten them not frozen. They're just easy to travel with. I went clear to Texas the first year I was doing this and took enough for every breakfast because we were staying at a place that we were far away from any, it was a huge hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast was $42 a plate.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was a buffet, and I knew I couldn't do that. So I took these bars and I kept them in my suitcase and waited till I got there and then put them in the fridge that I had. And I ate those every morning. My husband did too. We ate those every morning. And I came home losing a pound off of that trip.
Do you know what really that just sparked an idea in me? That sounds like the perfect little bar for kids going to school.
Yeah, and they're good enough.
Do you put any seasoning, any cinnamon?
I do put cinnamon in it.
Just cinnamon? Okay, so nothing else.
I can't say just cinnamon. Sometimes I put pumpkin
spice. Okay, great. That's good info.
And they will stay frozen forever. I put them in a Tupperware and put them in the freezer with individually wrapped. And when I need to go, like if we go out of town for a date, I grab one of those on the way out.
I am going to try that for sure. Question number 2. Do you have a favorite mantra?
My mantra has always been, that's not my food. Because every time I went to the grocery store, I would walk in the grocery store and I had to go through the bakery. We've all experienced that.
Yes.
They don't put the bakery on the inside of the store. They put it on the outside. And I would say that out loud to myself all the time. That's not my food. That's not my food. That's not my food. I didn't just say it internally. I had to mouth it because I wanted to believe myself. And so that was probably my favorite for years. Now I just say, Okay, now I've done a little bit of parts work with myself,
Oh,
and my indulger part, her name is Margaret, which Peggy is short for Margaret. Some of
right.
us don't know that, but I just named her Margaret. And I will say all the time, Margaret, you don't need that. You know you don't need that. Just calm down. We're going to eat in a little while. Or I talk to her all the time.
Okay, well, that's going to be my third question
Okay.
to expand on the parts work, because I didn't know about this at all.
Yeah.
Was this part of the boot camp or was it a special coaching?
No, it was just, I'd heard enough about parts work. I've heard Everett Constantine several times about it, just different things. And I thought, I didn't believe in it. I'll be honest with you. I thought, "Ugh, that just sounds so weird." So I got serious about it when I was in the ditch. And I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I don't care if I don't believe it or not, I'm going to try it. And so I really visualized a little girl in me. And she was really hearing this from Susan, I think helped, but she was trying to help me. She was really trying to help me. And she loved food. And she wanted me to love food because I always have. And so I just started talking to her as if she was right in front of me, you know? And it is so, I'm a believer. I haven't gone much further than that because that's been enough to help me a lot.
Right.
But I have talked to her so many times. It's
Well, this, years ago, didn't they kind of coin it the child within?
yes.
And you cannot help but be influenced by past experiences. You just can't. That's the core of us as
Right.
far as our life experiences based on what we've gone through. And sometimes it's shell shocking,
Right.
things that upset us, but we have no way to let that out. I haven't gone through the parts experience, but in talking with like Laura Lively and Robin Root a little bit, people who have done it, it has been very helpful. And so,
It does. Well,
that's
I'll hear people say that part of me wants to,
right.
this part of me wants to, and I never really looked at it that way. I always just thought, well, that's kind of silly, but it's true. There is different parts in us, and if we identify them however we want to see them, it's not so much that this person literally is in front of me, but I visualize her. She has saved me so many times, and I have saved her. Let's put it that way, because I talked her down, and in talking her down, I talked me down, and that way, I just feel like it has helped so much to have just that knowledge, that little bit of knowledge.
Well, an
About,
understanding of yourself.
yeah,
Like, why do I go for the food?
right.
Why do I think that way as soon as somebody says this or that? So yeah, it's a very mysterious, but I think it's wonderful to explore more about ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're so multifaceted. So
I'm all in for it.
well, Peggy,
I do a lot, but I'm in for that.
I just truly appreciate you joining me on this 100th Zoom chat. It really has been so great to meet you, and thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for playing 3-Question Thursday.
You're welcome.
Good night, everybody. Stay bright.